Hayao Miyazaki is a unique filmmaker, with every one of his films being exclusively handmade. As a child, Miyazaki wanted to grow up to be a manga artist. However, he found that his illustrations consisted mostly of planes, tanks, and battleships, and that he was not able to successfully draw people. He then began to take inspiration from other manga artists to practice, but he later destroyed all this work as he found it hindering to his own personal work to copy another's art style. Miyazaki entered the animation field in 1963, working for Toei Animation, a company known for many popular animated films and series, including One Piece, the Dragon Ball franchise, and Sailor Moon. While working for this company, Miyazaki became the apprentice for Isao Takahata, who he continued to work with for many years. Miyazaki left Toei Animation in 1971 and bounced between different studios until 1985, when Miyazaki and Takahata founded their animation company, Studio Ghibli. The remainder of Miyazaki's films were then produced by this company.
Leave before it gets dark. You've got to get across the river. Go! I'll distract them.
Miyazaki became very influential in the animation world as he won an Oscar for Best Animated Film for Spirited Away in 2003. The nominees for this award were Lilo and Stitch, Ice Age, Treasure Planet, and Spirit Stallion of the Cameron. This was the same year that Adrien Brody won Best Actor for The Pianist. Miyazaki did not attend the Oscars as a part of a silent protest against the Iraq War. He stated that he did not wish to enter a country that is bombing Iraq. Miyazaki has been active in other peaceful protests about war or environmentalism. Miyazaki has been spotted protesting the use of nuclear power in Japan. Miyazaki does not write scripts for his films, which many people claim cause them to be confusing. He starts with an idea without knowing where it will go or how it will end. Miyazaki's films have common themes throughout his library of work. For example, the theme of maturation is present in many of Miyazaki's films, including Spirited Away or Kiki's Delivery Service. To aid this, Miyazaki often has young protagonists put in a situation that requires strength and perseverance. Miyazaki avoids traditional antagonists, and if there is an antagonist present in this film, they're never portrayed as evil. Miyazaki's characters are very complex, and antagonist characters are often simply misunderstood. Instead of using traditional antagonist characters, protagonists are often faced with obstacles that they must overcome, such as Chihiro saving her parents in Spirited Away or finding Mei in My Neighbor Totoro. These plot conflicts help show how characters display Bildungsroman throughout the entirety of the film. Miyazaki is an auteur who has many tropes that can be found throughout his filmography. Female protagonists, the use of the extra long shot, reoccurrence of pigs, films that begin with protagonists moving, food, feasts, and curses are all a part of this list. Another trope is anthropomorphism and zoomorphism that are often a result of a curse. This is seen in Spirited Away as Haru becomes a dragon, in My Neighbor Totoro as Totoro is bipedal, and in Howl's Moving Castle with Calcifer being a literal talking flame. He also uses pathetic fallacy, specifically the use of rain to convey sadness or grief. This technique is used in Kiki's Delivery Service, My Neighbor Totoro, and Ponyo on the Cliff. Miyazaki also includes flight or flying in nearly all of his films. This is due to an influence from his childhood. Miyazaki's father was the director of Miyazaki Airplanes, a company that manufactured rudders during World War II. The relationship between man and nature is also a common theme in many of Miyazaki's films. For example, Miyazaki seems to give spirits a connection to nature in both Spirited Away, with Haru being a water spirit, and My Neighbor Totoro, with Totoro being a forest spirit. By doing this, Miyazaki makes it possible for the protagonist to interact and have a relationship with nature in a physical form. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind and Princess Mononoke also explore humanity that is prepared to destroy nature, and the consequences that would follow. These tropes cause Miyazaki's films to be unique and magical while still having serious undertones. Miyazaki has announced his retirement on 3 separate occasions, and has come out of retirement again this year at age 76. The first time he came out of retirement was following his 1997 Princess Mononoke. The second time was after 2001 Spirited Away, and then finally following his 2013 movie The Wind Rises. This has now become a sort of inside joke for Miyazaki's fan base. Miyazaki's next film does not yet have an estimated release date, however fans are anticipating the film and have been expressing their excitement all over the internet. Miyazaki is an amazing director who creates films that are uncomparable to any others as they are on their own spectrum. His films create a world that lacks a true antagonist and allows pacifism and love to conquer all. He incorporates themes of maturation, pacifism, and other serious topics while keeping his films fun and magical. In our mashup film, the Miyazaki tropes, pathetic fallacy, lack of antagonists, and curses were used as inspiration.